go. It's football. Football
America
is
is football. Football is America. If you don't like it, you can kiss your candy ass for the moment in time. I don't give a damn. Oh my God.
No.
You love this.
It's 30 to 27.
No!
Chiefs win. Chiefs
No!
win 30 to 20.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Only Football. We got a nail biter going on with the Baltimore Ravens and the Green Bay Packers. Matt LaFleur, still aspirations of winning the NFC North, winning this week, winning next week, combined with Chicago losing to the 49ers. Maybe week 18 to the Detroit Lions is enough to give the Packer fans hope, but not if Huntley and the Ravens have anything to say about it, who, by the way, just took off for a 30-yard run. In the Ravens, there's going to be some conversation as to whether Tyler Huntley should have been starting all year long. Remember in the beginning of the year when Lamar Jackson got hurt, they didn't put Tyler Huntley in. I thought it was really weird, but they didn't. They put in another quarterback, white guy, can't remember his name. I didn't know why they didn't go with Tyler Huntley. They shifted to Tyler Huntley later in the season, and they've had a ton more success going with Huntley. They go with Huntley tonight, and here's another designed run. They have no answer for it. And this time he takes it to the 22-yard line of Green Bay. There's a flag, but the Ravens playing for their playoff lives. They need to win their next two games. They need the Steelers to lose. And, the Packers are likely going to the playoffs. The Ravens need a little bit of help, but you couldn't tell based on this game. It looks like both teams are playing extremely hard and playing for their lives tonight. We got Little E in the chat. Give it up for the one and only Little E. We got the one, the only OFPOG Ginger Ninja. Fresh out of county. Let's go. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. I'm going to wet this bitch up till the fussy dry. Yeah. Love it, brother Kyle. I love it, brother Ginger and brother Lil E. Isaiah Likely. Oh, there's going to be a late flag on this hit on Isaiah Likely. That's going to give him... It's going to stop the clock. It's going to give him a first down. I think this is helmet to helmet. Helmet to helmet. Hit on a defenseless receiver. Why was he defenseless? He had his arm. He had his other arm. Look. You know why he didn't use his arm to stop number 33? Because he was using it to try to keep himself up so he could keep running. That's crazy. Huntley firing. Caught. Andrews inside the 10, 19 seconds. They're going to call a timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Crafty. What's up, Crafty? By the way, if you're wondering why I'm decked out in Broncos gear, these are the Lulu. These are the Lulu Broncos sweatpants. If you're wondering why I'm decked out, it's because for the first time in 10 years, we have clinched the AFC West. as of 2 hours ago. So, Broncos country. We did it. We did it. Still got more work to do, but that's a big one. Here's a pitch to Keaton Mitchell, and he's going to get it. Another timeout by Harbaugh, 14 seconds to go. First and goal from the 3. Baltimore trying to take a 27-14 lead. Matt LaFleur, his face in awe. In awe. Hello, all. Where TF is Rick? I think he's doing family holiday stuff with the holiday season. Turn that all message notification immediately. Shout out, Bill. Shout out, Bill. Absolutely. Henry? Derrick Henry, touchdown number 2. Or is that number 3? Let me just say, if you're going against Derrick Henry in your fantasy Super Bowl, you had a great season. You had a good run, all right? Keep your head up. Not many people make it to the final 2, okay? Better days ahead. Better days ahead. Man. All right. I need to see something. Malik Willis. Play-by-play. Let's see. 9 yards. Okay, so the opening drive. The opening drive, we had a touchdown by the Ravens. And then after that, okay, second quarter. I'm pretty sure both quarterbacks have had. Oh, yeah. No. 7 yards. $13 yards. Yeah. Both quarterbacks have had 10 yards passing in each quarter. Zay Flowers, 2 catches on 3 targets for 14 yards. And Christian Watkins, 2 catches for 52 yards. Christian Watson and Zay Flowers have 40 yards receiving in each half. Right now, 40 yards receiving. Christian Watkins has 52. Zay Flowers, 14. Boo. And I need Jaden Reed. Is Josh Jacobs playing? Yeah, Josh Jacobs has 2 carries. Why does Josh Jacobs only have 2 carries? Is he a decoy today? Packers struggling without Parsons. Oh man, but they're dealing with so much more than that too. For one, they don't have Jordan Love, right? I mean, they don't have their starting quarterback, but their starting linebacker, Christian Welch, is out. Their starting safety, Evan Williams, out. Their starting quarterback, Bo Melton, sick all week. Josh Jacobs, I guess he's technically not out, right? But he only has 2 carries in the game. So, and they cannot stop the run right now. And the Packers have been susceptible, even with Micah Parsons when he was on the Packers. Bo Nix was able to have his way. Like Micah Parsons didn't sack Bo Nix once that whole game before his injury. I mean, he got injured on a play that Bo Nix juked him out, and unfortunately he tore ligaments because of it. But the Packers defense has been susceptible all year when facing mobile quarterbacks. And that's why I really believe that Tyler Huntley gives the Ravens a much better advantage than having Lamar Jackson out playing their hurt, not really mobile, like we're accustomed to seeing. Now, the Micah Parsons thing, I mean, there's no way to replace a guy like that. But the drop off from where we're seeing Green Bay play today is a much bigger problem than Micah Parsons, because we got to remember this defense has been top 10 since the defensive coordinator from Boston College came over, Jeff Hafley. Like, I think Bo Nix became the first quarterback to have 4 touchdown passes against Jeff Hafley since he became the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. So, all last year, he had this defense playing at a high level, and Micah Parsons goes out, but it's still it's not like the Cowboys, where it's like the Cowboys were the 20th defense, but without Micah, it drops to 32. It was like the Packers were flirting with the top 3 range, but without Micah Parsons, it would have been expected that they dropped to around 12, fringe top 10. But we're seeing them drop to 27, 28. And this has much more to do with just one guy. And it just doesn't help that one guy could potentially be the glue, all of it together, if he were out there right now. But the Packers having a ton of issues right now. I'm so old, Doug. Crafty, I still think Willis is lucky better than Jordan Love. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I love Malik Willis. I know I got mixed personalities. One day she's happy, then she's mad at me. One day she's blood, then she's kipping, capping. Run, run, Ginge. Look at that AFC playoff picture. That's beautiful. Okay. Christian Watson and Zay Flowers to have 5 receiving yards in each quarter. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, gosh, if I would have known that Josh Jacobs wasn't playing today. But basically, if Datavion Wicks has 43 receiving yards and Jaden Reed has 28 receiving yards and Josh Jacobs gets a touchdown, I win $1,281. That's crazy because I had a Malik Willett. That's crazy. You can get Green Bay at plus 540 right now. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take Green Bay at plus 540. Alt receiving yards. We're going to, let's see. Luke Musgrave, Matthew Golden. Romeo Dobbs has 53. Where did my dude go? We're going to have 80 receiving yards for Christian Watson. But I think it's going to be Romeo Dobbs. We'll do Romeo Dobbs. We're going to get Jaden Reed 20. We're going to have to get Matthew Golden involved. Let's give him 20. And now touchdown scores. We're going to give Malik Willis 2. And we're going to get Romeo Dobbs. We're going to get Romeo Dobbs in the mix here. $0.10 wins $41. I love it. I hope Green Bay wins. You heard it here first. The one and only Little E going for the legendary, the Hall of Fame, the one and only, the title town, Green Bay Packers.
I think it's that I can say I gave it everything I had. I mean,
that's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to give it everything I have here tonight. I'm just trying to give it everything I have. the number 1 seed. The Bears have a 13% chance of getting the 1 seed. The 49ers could be the first team to host their own Super Bowl. But it's not going to happen. You know why? Actually, maybe it will. I don't know. Well, who went to the Super Bowl last time? It was in Santa Clara. That is that game. That's at Mixed Personalities. Kanye, whatever that other homeboy was. Oh boy, gone crazy. Chargers failed Rivers today. Chargers failed Rivers today. Oh yeah, because the Chargers would have kept the Colts alive. Hey, look, your first problem was relying on the Chargers, okay? That's step 1, right? We need to clean that up, okay? Once we get rid of that, maybe we can talk about the other stuff, but yeah, you can't count on the Chargers. Just know I had my boys back. Don't be mad at me if I went bad. That wasn't my fault. Ginger, I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what you're talking about right now. But I know you have my back. Was Santa Clara that one that had the lights go out with the Ravens and Niners? Nope. If I'm not mistaken, that was in New Orleans. The last time the Super Bowl was in Santa Clara, it was Super Bowl 50. This year, Super Bowl 60. So exactly 10 years ago, Cam Newton in the Carolina Panthers took on a Broncos team that nobody felt deserved to be there, but their defense was playing at such a high level that they carried them. Ginger said, "Oh, he, I don't know what the odds are, but the odds on draft or FanDuel, I got Green Bay at plus 560. I love that. Green Bay starting with the ball. If they score, it's a one possession game, and the odds are going to go down to plus 200. So, woo! Got those hands though. Got those hands though. Niners could end up playing at home from now through the Super Bowl. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. And honestly, anything's possible. All right. Is Josh Jacobs out there? He is. All right. So there's what we need. We need Josh Jacobs to get in the end zone. We need Dattavion Wicks to get involved. Willis. I love the ability to buy time, but you have to get rid of it at some point. I think Malik Willis was expecting his offensive line to do a better job of blocking. Here we go. 3rd and 18. Willis rolling to his right, firing downfield, and he's got him. Jaden Reed says, "No, sir, I will not go gentle into that good night. I will rage, rage, rage against the dying of the light." Malik Willis outside the pocket, but inside of our hearts. Inside the playoff picture, refusing to be outside looking in. And he points a finger to his quarterback and says, "I'll be here all day." The quarterback's 9 for 9, fakes the handoff, thought about it, changes his mind, rolling, stops on a dime, firing, wide open is Christian Watson. And the Packers are in the red zone 2 plays after it being 3rd and 17. I'm just trying to give you guys some good commentary here because this is I don't know who is calling the game on Peacock, but it's terrible. I don't recognize their voices. And I don't know. We're gonna have fun with it. Malik Willis, quick throw. Jaden Reed trying to get into some space, and it's only going to go for a gain of 2. Kind of an awkward tackle. Make sure Jaden Reed gets up. Jaden Reed now with 33 receiving yards. So we just need Tavion Wicks. That's all we need. Tavion Wicks. And a drop. Tavion Wicks, if he has 30 or 47 receiving yards and Josh Jacobs gets a touchdown, your boy wins $12. 3rd and 9. They are in field goal range. It's a designed run, and Malik Willis staying on his feet and picks up the first down. It was a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th effort type of run. Malik Willis about to go down with the sack, and he spins off of a guy, runs, breaks contact, 2 more guys fighting to hit him. He hits the brakes, spins again, and picked up 2 more yards to get the hard-earned first down. That is prime Malik Willis. This guy might earn a contract after this. And we got a Baltimore Raven down, Marlon Humphrey, which is a significant injury if he can't come back for the Ravens. And that means the Packers may be able to throw their way back into this game. Christian Watson, less than 20 yards away from breaking the century mark. Romeo Dobbs, over halfway to the century mark. Jaden Reed finally getting involved in the passing game. What number is Tavion? Tavion Wicks. Number 13. Number 13 for Green Bay. Number 1 in our hearts. Come on, Tavion Wicks. I only included him because he was plus 1,200 to have 50 receiving yards. And I've seen games where he gets involved in the game, and I thought, what the hell? Rich Eisen's commentary for the Chargers game was atrocious too. Thought he was calling a tennis match. And I got Lil E running the same one with me. Brothers. Brother parlay. Go. Josh Jacobs stuffed at the line. Here we go. Jacobs staying in the game. He's going to turn around. Yep, here's a screen to Jacobs. He gets up and back to the line of scrimmage. Jacobs catches the ball and he slips, trying to get Jacobs involved, and it's just not working. Here we go. Willis looking to throw, rolling out, and he's going to get sacked. It may be considered a gain of 1, but and maybe they'll learn their lesson and put Datavion Wicks back in the game. Brandon McManus out to bring it inside a 10-point game, and it's good. So it is going to be a 10-point game after Malik Willis gets wrapped up. And I do have the image of the play that ended the drive for you guys. Of course, I can't show the game, but this is the closest I can come to doing it. Why is it doing this? Here we go. And we got recent screenshot 856. That'll do, Donkey. I don't think I'd favor any team over the 49ers these next 2 weeks. San Fran's going to be rocking with number 1 seed on the line. Rich Eisen's commentary was atrocious. I'm running it with you just the packets win. Let's go packets. I'm talking packets of mustard, packets of ketchup, packets of mayo. I want to see Will Levis on the field. If you have a packet of anything, I just bet you with Lily. Okay, not sure where we were there just referenced music. Not sure we were there. Malik Willis looks remarkably like Bo in that photo. All right, it's 17:27. We got a wide open game here. Taken out from the 10 and a good hit by Green Bay. All right, well, obviously, if Green Bay is going to come back in this game, it starts with the defense not getting bullied. The game plan was to run the football, and Derrick Henry, 21 carries. I mean, they're just handing him the ball, saying, "Yeah, we're going to keep doing this until you stop us." And Green Bay is going to have to show that they can in order for something to change here. Here's a pitch to Derrick Henry, and there we go. A gain of nothing. There we go. Oh no, we got to pack her down on defense. Green Bay is going to have to figure it out, man. Remember last year they go into the playoffs and everybody was hurt. Dobbs, Watson, Tavion Wicks. I mean, you name it. I mean, there were guys in that playoff game against the Eagles that I didn't even know. And it's that time of year again, and there's a lot of guys dealing with injuries. This is something I didn't think about much until being a fan of a team that consistently was injured all the time. And then Sean came in talking about the new science and the owner spending $200,000, $400,000 every single year in the middle of the season to tear up all of the grass and fresh. Yeah, we've seen Kentucky bluegrass, we've seen Bermuda, we've seen all kinds of different types of grass, but the science being that fresh grass leads to fewer injuries. Not only have we not seen our players get injured, but we haven't really seen the opponents get injured either. I mean, Micah Parsons got injured, but then that's when we start talking about, well, what are your weekly habits? How much like full contact are you doing? How much? Sorry, I'm watching this commercial. That was Google? Wow. I can't believe this was Google. Wow. I'm surprised Google had that commercial. Another cart for Green Bay, which brings me to the point. Training staff. what their week to week looks like. Soft tissue injuries. Are they having a lot of those type of injuries? They got to figure out what it is, because at first I thought it was a coincidence, but now we have 3 full seasons of data of being one of the least injured teams in the NFL after years of being the most injured team in the NFL. And teams that deal with a ton of injuries towards the end of the season, it absolutely is something that can be mitigated. Not completely erased. It's an aggressive sport. You're always going to have injuries, but we don't. I don't even want to talk about it, because then I got to knock on wood. But we haven't had to deal with this in a long time because of our owners choosing not to be cheap when it comes to the type of field we're playing on, and things of that nature, where we've seen some fields like Chicago's field. It's atrocious. Even ex-players will tell you, like, it's the worst field. It looks like, yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like there should be a flag thrown here. Green Bay, 12 men. Wait, how is it on Green Bay? Matt LaFleur is ready to challenge this. Yeah. After replay assist, there was only 11 men on the field. All right, so now it's a big 3rd and 5 coming up. The last time the Chargers or Raiders won AFC West, Manning was a Colt. This is the case for the NFL to implement a standard strength of conditioning system for all 32 teams, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. A quick throw and catch. And look at this throw. This was such a, oh man. You got to play better DB than this. You got to know the line to gain. And right when he cuts, you got to run up on him. 1st and 10. They're going to run it. And Green Bay. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Shotgun. Zay Flowers in motion. They're going to hand it off, and Derrick Henry's going to get blown up in the backfield. Wow. A loss of 5. They bring Zay Flowers in motion, try to get the defense going right. Hand it off to Henry going left. And you had a guy coming off the edge untouched. He was supposed to be touched, but he just shedded his block way too easy. And now it's 3rd and 14. This is way harder than the 3rd and 4. Huntley is going to check it down, and he's going to get hit and the Packers are going to get the ball back with a chance to make this a 3-point game. Jinja, you called it. Jinja called it, baby. But damn, time we had a score counter. What's about time we had a score counter? What is a score counter? Punt is off, and this is going to be fair caught at the 15-yard line. You got a Packer with a diaper on his head making the catch. There's Vince Lombardi statue outside. I've taken a picture next to that statue. Me and me and Vince, we go way back. Way back. Me and Vince go way back. I think we go all the way to page 67. I decided that since this is a football podcast, I'm going to teach you guys about something every single commercial break, okay? Okay. And today I'm going to be teaching you about this is honestly the greatest book ever. It's all about the greatest moments. Today I'm going to be teaching you about the ladder of the pack. After the Green Bay Packers finished 1-10-1 in 1958, the once proud and now floundering franchise fired Scooter McLean and brought in a 45-year-old offensive coordinator from the New York Giants to be their new head coach. The Packers' return to prominence was immediate. After Green Bay started the 1959 season 3-0, Tex Mule introduced Vince Lombardi to the football world in the October 19th, 1959 issue of Sports Illustrated. Vince Lombardi started out to be a lawyer. He had all the talent needed, a cold, analytical mind, and a streak of sentiment which, in moments of stress, brought tears to his liquid brown Italian eyes. He was, too, a brilliant student. When he finished at Fordham University, he coached St. Cecilia High School in New Jersey in order to earn enough money to pay for his expenses at law school. The talents which fitted him so well for a career as an attorney proved equally fitting for a head coach. Lombardi analyzed offenses and defenses and coldly and impersonally judged the capabilities of the youngsters at St. Cecilia, the team he coached in college, the women's basketball team. His halftime extortions were so sincere and deeply felt that now and then they moved Lombardi himself to tears. Here's Malik Willis looking to throw. There's a flag, and he runs for 7. This combination of steely football acumen and arrant sentimentalism works so well with the boys on the basketball team that Lombardi's teams won 36 games in a row. In the meantime, Vince acquired a law degree, but he never used it. He becomes so thoroughly infected with the madness which infects all football coaches that he stowed his law degree in a dresser drawer and went on to coach the freshman team at Fordham, where he had been a member of the famous 7 blocks of granite. That was in 1947. He moved to West Point in 1949, installing an effective T attack for the cadets. In 1954, he came to the New York Giants to operate the attack of that team, and after last season, he moved into the difficult and demanding job of head coach for the Green Bay Packers. The Packers finished 7-5 in 1959, their first winning record in 12 years. It also happened to be Lombardi's worst record in 9 years as a coach of the team. From 1961 to 1967, Lombardi won 5 NFL titles in 7 years. Lombardi resigned as the Packers head coach after the 1967 season. A year later, he became the head coach and general manager of the Washington Redskins. The team finished 7-5-2 in its only season under Lombardi, the team's first winning record in 14 years. Lombardi died of cancer on September 3rd, 1970. The NFL made a decision that year that the trophy awarded to the Super Bowl champion each year would forever be known as the Lombardi Trophy. Here's Malik Willis rolling out to his right, tossing it up, and there's a flag. There's actually a very good documentary on Lombardi on YouTube for free. I think it's called A Football Life, and it goes into him and his coaching and how people in Green Bay didn't, he was worried about them being like, we don't want an Italian guy coaching football, and how coaching affected his family and the late night, the hours, the refusal to fail. It wasn't about, you got to understand, like, he didn't coach basketball because he knew basketball. He learned basketball so he could coach the team. He was just a teacher. Here we go. Throwing catch, Christian Watson. First down to a first down. Christian Watson over 100 yards receiving. Oh, yeah. Count on it. All right. Are we going to get the Tavion Wicks now? Willis going deep. Incomplete. Matthew Golden, the intended receiver. I wanted Tavion Wicks. I wanted Tavion Wicks to make a catch. That's why I'm telling you, I wanted Tavion Wicks. We got nothing to lose. I wanted Tavion Wicks to run a route. And here's a throw to Romeo Dobbs. No, it is Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs. Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs. Josh Jacobs, Romeo Dobbs. Josh Jacobs, Christian Watson. Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs. Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs, touchdown. Here we go. Malik Willis taking a shot downfield. Joe Melton. Everybody besides the Tavion Wicks. Has Matthew Golden done anything this year? I've heard much about him. Not really. Not yet. He's still a rookie. Why? Here is Malik Willis, and he's going to run it. Touchdown. Touchdown, Green Bay. And the Green Bay Packers are an extra point away. And I had it, Malik Willis, to score 2 touchdowns. Here we go, Malik Willis in 3-point game. Yes, sir. 20 27-24. First career multi-touchdown game. Willis is hurt. His hamstring is getting looked at. All right. Good return for the Ravens through the 35. That was the first drive of the game that Baltimore did not score points. That last drive. Here we go. Ticker is updated. Enjoy it. Huntley? Low? Did it hit the ground? They're going to call it incomplete. Second and 10. This place is starting to come to life. This place is coming to life. Lambo's got the juice again. Second and 10. Huntley looking to throw. Firing. Mark Andrews. Third and 4. Third and 5. They're going quick here. Third and 5. Henry. Wow, they're going to run. Derrick Henry picks up 9 here. They went hurry up to keep the same personnel on the field for the Packers, and then they ran a run play with a package that was favorable. Here we go. Here's a pitch to Derrick Henry, and a big run, a big run, a big run. Wow. Derrick Henry's longest run of the night. Kyle was so in disbelief of that touchdown, he can't bring himself to update the ticker. What? My ticker is updated. My ticker's updated. You know who's the Raven needing a backup quarterback? Joe Flacco. You know who the Ravens need as a backup quarterback? That'd be crazy. Also, I can't just like update the ticker like I didn't create this ticker, if that makes sense. This ticker is from the exact ticker you see on the broadcast on television. So the only way to get that is to take a screenshot of it. However, you can't take a screenshot on YouTube TV or Peacock because it blacks it out. So I have to go through a back door, which then allows me to take a screenshot. But then there's ads popping up everywhere, so I have to make sure that I get all the ads taken off. And then if the background, what's on TV, is a good picture, I still have to wait for it to be a good picture. And then hopefully no new pop-ups came up since then. And then I can take the picture. But then I have to go to the picture and I have to crop the picture and then save it. And then I have to go to StreamYard and then I have to upload it as a background, use the photo as a background, and then you get an updated ticker. Kyle, for actually watching these games, legitimately can't relate. Harbaugh knows if he underutilizes Henry again, he's out of a job. I don't know if Derek. I don't know if Harbaugh's ever out of a job, and I think there's a lot of Raven fans that are mad about that. Like, is there anything this guy can do to be fired? I mean, you're saying it's underutilized Derrick Henry? Maybe. Maybe. What's at stake? What's at stake? Baltimore eliminated with a loss or a Steelers win. Green Bay clinches a playoff berth. With a win, Green Bay would win NFC North if they win out and Chicago loses out. And they're playing the 49ers on Sunday. That's a tough one. And then they play the Lions week 18. So a lot up for grabs still. Go here. Load. Yes, got it. Got it. All right, Mitchell again runs right into a wall. Here you go. Here's what's at stake tonight. Baltimore eliminated with a loss or Steelers win. Green Bay clinched off berth. If they win, they would win the NFC North. If they win out and Chicago loses. Big 3rd and 4 here. Green Bay sending pressure. It's taken a while to get there. Huntley's going to be able to run. And Huntley picks up the first down. Brings it to the 27-yard line of Green Bay. Man. All right, Henry back in. 7-yard gain. 7-yard gain. No problem. And here's an updated clock for you guys. Just under 12 and a half minutes to be exact here. Henry, stiff arm. He just threw a Packer. Jeez. Derrick Henry just threw a man and said, "Get off me. I'm bigger than you." Just a reminder, Sunday for our 1 p.m. games, we have there we go. We have Seahawks taking on the Panthers, the Steelers taking on the Browns, Patriots taking on the Jets, and the Jaguars taking on the Here we go. 2nd and 8. Green Bay's got to hold him to a field goal, keep it a 6-point game. Huntley, it's a designed run. He's got nowhere to go, and he's wrapped up. And this is a huge play because now it's 3rd and 9 from the 10 or 11-yard line. And remember, if the Ravens kick a field goal here, Green Bay scores a touchdown. They win by 1 with the extra point. So this is huge. Being under 10 and a half minutes to go, this becomes a massive 3rd down. Biggest play of the game right here. Here we go. Huntley to the end zone. Oh, no. They're saying it's a touchdown. I think he dropped it. Hold on. They're saying touchdown, Zay Flowers. I don't know. I'm not so sure. What happened to the ball there at the end? Let's see. He's got control. I guess it's a touch? Okay. So Zay Flowers does lose the ball, but the play is dead right before he fumbles it. He reaches the ball over, and he ends up fumbling the football a frame of a second after, but the ball becomes dead because he broke the plane. Wow. So Green Bay going to have to score quick here. I know there's people out there that started Zay Flowers that are probably stoked. That Zay Flowers able to get a touchdown. Here's an updated ticker situation, 33-24, 10-10 left What do you think, Bo? You think the Packers have a chance? You think the Packers have a chance? You think the Packers have a chance? You think they got a shot? I don't know, man. I'm seeing the way Derrick Henry's running the ball, and I don't know if you're gonna win many games if you're giving up 8-9 yards a run. They're gonna have to do something. I mean, they're definitely gonna have to score quick, and luckily they have all their timeouts, so they have that going for them. But it's man, it's been a tough game. You have anything you want to say? It's okay. I'm speechless too. I'm speechless too. Here we go. They're gonna have to score quick. Ooh, they're gonna take this one out. Bo Melton. Ooh, not a good idea. Ooh, ball came out. The ball came out. He fumbled the ball. He actually fumbled the ball. Browns are rooting for the poop ones. Be ready to update the ticker, Kyle. Your child is already more insightful than Nick Wrong. Do you hear that? You're already more insightful than Nick Wrong. Man, you're really watching this game. All right, Malik Willis. Ooh, almost got sacked, but he shakes it off and picks up 5 yards and slides down. I know. They got to find a way to get Josh Jacobs involved. I don't know what the deal is. 2nd and 5. Here we go. They're going to throw it. There might be a play. There is a play. Romeo Dobbs. I was thinking there might be a play there because they sent 5. And Willis had some time to throw there. Excuse you. Excuse you. Hey, you burped. He burped right after me. We both burped. I had a sympathy burp. Here is Malik Willis. Ooh, 60 rushing yards on the night now. Jordan Love sitting there thinking, like, man, I'm not going to get my job back. Here we go, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Wilson. There you go. Here we go. Taking a shot. Another completion. Uh-oh. No, Watson's okay. Uh-oh. Malik Willis looks like he's hurt. You look shocked, Bo. You look shocked about him being down. You look shocked. Hey. Hey. Malik Willis dealing with something. Oh, he's holding that shoulder. Oh, no. Number 3 quarterback. Oh, they're making Malik Willis get x-rays, so he is sprinting towards the locker room. Sprinting. He said, "This is my comeback." And Tune comes in. Clayton Tune comes in with nothing but the tune of 23 pass attempts this season on his career. And already a downgrade from Malik Willis. Already. 7 minutes, 15 seconds to go. I got you. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Quick throw. Oh my gosh, intercepted. Interception. It's okay. It's okay. They're not eliminated from the playoffs. Oh, he doesn't like that. Here, can you rewind it when the Packers were winning? It's okay. They still have next week. It's not over. It's not over. Yeah, next year they're playing the Vikings. Or next week. They play the Vikings next week. Isn't that exciting? They're playing the Vikings. No, you don't like the Vikings? Okay. Yeah, don't worry about the Vikings. All right. I'm sorry I made you watch this. This is not who the Packers are. Sometimes it is. That's what he thinks. 10-point game, 6 minutes, 56 seconds to go. TV timeout. Why does the Tavion Wicks not get any opportunities? Love you. Tune needs to be cut. Honestly, that interception didn't it hit? I think it hit him in the hands. Plenty of time. 3 timeouts, 7 minutes to go. I'm not worried about it. Green Bay is going to get a stop right here. They're going to get the ball back. They're going to score. And there's going to be about 3 minutes left. Green Bay is going to have the 2-minute warning. They're going to have 3 timeouts to get the ball back one more time. I think Green Bay still gets it done. There we go. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Boom. 6 minutes to go, 3rd down. And Malik Willis is back, and he gets a standing ovation. Not because it's 3rd and 5, but maybe that. Here we go. Handoff up the middle. How does that happen on 3rd and 5? How on 3rd and 5 do they run for 15 up the middle? That is ridiculous. If I'm Matt LaFleur, I am walking over to Halfley, and I'm like, we can't have that. How does that happen to our defense? How do we give up a 5-yard run? How does this guy have 180 yards, basically, 178 yards on the ground? Here's a pitch. And he's slow to get up. And the Packers should have had the ball back. That's ridiculous. They run it on 3rd and 5, basically saying, we're not even going to try to pick up the 1st down. We're content with just punting it to you. And Green Bay lets them run for 15 yards. I mean, you're talking timeouts, you're talking yards, you're talking field position, you're talking urgency. I mean, if there was one play that really you just couldn't have, it was that run. Man. Malik Willis knows this is his chance. And here, I mean, he's able to run for another 3-4 yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 4 with 4.5 minutes. And they've had the Ravens in 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4. Gave up a 14, 15-yard run last time. Can they get off the field? If they can't, the Ravens might just end the game on this drive. Remember, the Packers, they were getting the ball back with 6 minutes to go in the game. And letting them pick up that 1st down. Here's a pitch. Henry is going to fight, and they might go for this now. And the Ravens, I think they'll go for it. I think they would go for it. It's 4th and inches, and the Packers, I mean, and LaFleur looks defeated too. LaFleur looks, I mean, and they're going to call timeout with 1 second left here on the play clock. LaFleur is floored. You think the Steelers can beat the Browns tomorrow without Metcalf? I think the Steelers can beat the Browns without Metcalf, without Calvin Austin, without Pat Freiermuth, all at the same time. However, I think the Steelers are going to win by 3 or 4. I think it'll be a close game. Andrews. Oh my God, the Packers just went. Well, the Packers jumped off sides. What do you mean? Wait a minute. Not only did he not get into the neutral zone, the fucking Ravens are lined up offsides. How is this not offsides? How is this not offsides? You tell me. Tell me how this is not offsides on the Ravens. Look at the ball. Look at his head. So you got the player, the Green Bay down here, goes into the neutral zone. Well, they said he did. I don't think he did. Because that's him moving forward, and the ball's right here. But look at the center. Just touch the screen and move your finger down. Go to the ball, touch the ball, and move directly up. How is he allowed to be that leaned over the football? That is such bullshit. How is that not a false start? Can anybody tell me how this is not offsides? Wow. 3rd and 5, and that's game. I told you, the way that the Ravens were running the ball, Green Bay may not even get the ball again. Looks like LaFleur is going to challenge the spot. He had only 2 seconds to do it. Because had he had waited 2 more seconds, it would have been a 2-minute warning, and all reviews have to be initiated by the booth upstairs. So not only did LaFleur have only 2 seconds to call this challenge, but it's a good challenge. Again, though, how is it that the Baltimore Ravens are allowed to line up with the head over the ball and that doesn't get called offsides? How? How fitting. Touchdown number 4, Derrick Henry. If this is how the Packers D is going to play, they'll go out the second round. Shit, the first round. Packers go out second round in the playoffs. If this defense shows up, they're done in the first round. Absence of love wasn't the reason for the Packers' last two losses. No. I mean, the freaking Bears, I mean, I don't even know like how they ended up winning that game. Like they had an onside kick that got recovered. You know, it was a frickin' miracle. And forget about that for a second. The Packers defense is falling apart. And why am I still not seeing Datavion Wicks on the field? And why are you okay with being pushed out of bounds there? And what's wrong with Jordan Love anyway? Where's fucking Datavion Wicks? Did he get hurt? Oh, Datavion Wicks has been ruled out. Early exit. Of course. Of course. Dontavion Wicks. Wow. Turnover on downs. And that's it. That is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Now Lamar's got the grader. Oh my goodness. What a game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this terrible run defense tonight. Thank God I wasn't going against them. Not sure what happened to Jinja. We lost Jinja a long time ago. He was saying something. I got confused by it. And then he disappeared. This was his last message. Not sure where we were there, just referenced music. Never saw him again. Jinja, I hope you're being safe. I don't know what you're up to these days. Wicks in concussion protocol as well, brother Kyle. Thank you for the update, Lily. Tomorrow, of course, we got a full slate of consequential football games. Look nowhere else for the games than the Only Football Podcast. I will be streaming them. Your boy, Killa K, your boy, one and only, Kyle Kitzman, coming at you live all day with bangers after bangers after bangers. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. There's a lot of fan bases that are going to be, and there's going to be some that are going to be, and then you're going to have your fan bases that are, we don't know who's going to be the team celebrating, who's going to be the team crying. So until then, we just don't know. But thank you guys for tuning in to the Only Football Podcast. As always, this one goes out to the one and only Mr. Bill. This one's for Bill. We got the Raiders and Giants playing each other for the number 1 overall pick. We got the Bears and 49ers going up against each other, battling for the number 1 seed in the NFC. We got Seattle playing a game against the Carolina Panthers, a game that might have looked boring weeks and weeks ago, but now is looking like a potential Super Bowl match in the NFC Championship. I don't know. Will the Panthers even make it to the playoffs? Well, it's going to take Tampa Bay winning out in order to get it done. By the way, Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield playing for a lot tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. Definitely watch it here at the Only Football Podcast. Until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow.